All right. I think you got it.
That's quick enough.
We got you in the mix. Yeah. We say goodbye to the gloominess and the rain. Bright-eyed pupils when we peep the waves. Until we get sipping our local IPA. Welcome to the city built for leisure and play.
Cause we're living. All right. Not sipping our local IPA today. Today we're sipping a amber ale. So we'll get into all that. But welcome back to the Living in San Diego podcast. We got a guest today. It's our beer guru in past iterations of this podcast. We've had him on talking all about beer. He's our local San Diego guy, knows inside, outside, upside down about beer. So it's going to be fun. We're going to get into all that. He is
Do you think he's a fifth timer? You know how like Saturday Night Live does the like 5-timer club or whatever?
3 or 4. Yeah, maybe 4. I'm going to say 4 at least. What do you want?
I stopped counting, but I mean, now looking at the setup, guys, I feel like I'm on 60 minutes. I mean, we're dialed.
We're going to grill you.
Set. I love it. No, this is, we got big questions. We got to figure some stuff out. We'll be here for like 4 hours.
4 hours. It's only a 4-hour podcast, so a real quick one today. But
tune in.
Yeah, we got Noah Scoville. We're going to get into beer, Burgeon. If you guys know local beer, you know Burgeon. We're going to get into a little bit of the new Stone buyout, some new beers, some new breweries coming to town. We're getting into it all. So if you guys need to know about what's happening in the beer world here in San Diego, this is where it's at. Welcome, Noah. Cheers, man.
I'm stoked. This is awesome. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Welcome to the studio.
Yeah.
I can't cheers you guys
Cheers.
from over
Cassie's
here.
way far away. So
No, the studio's nice. First time walking into Bermuda Club. Obviously, a gorgeous spot.
Yeah.
Super sick setup. And you guys got everything dialed in here. I love it.
yeah, we got Noah from, like I said, he's been on, well, let's say it 4th time. Let's go with the average there.
There's only one show he gave me COVID. So
That's right. That was one show. And then we've also done a show at a brewery that's not even around anymore.
Yep. Oh yeah, Wild
That
Barrel.
was Wild Barrel.
Yep.
That feels like forever ago. That's
sure.
crazy.
I think that's when we had a phone set up and we just had little lavalier mics. Yeah.
It must have been, right? Yeah.
No video, no nothing.
No. Well, it was video.
It was video
I think
too?
that was Coastal Craft.
Oh yeah, you're
It
right.
definitely was Coastal Craft. Yeah. That's so crazy to think back on.
I know.
It's wild. No, you guys are killing it. I love it. My favorite thing is, and we'll probably get into this later too, but like just to legit like see how the algorithm works on like Instagram or like Reels or whatever, and you're seeing, I was like, that's Chris's face, and you guys had like a couple of viral ones already, but like saying like, oh, I know exactly who those guys are. I was like, let's go. So awesome. And
At least Noah recognizes us, since Chris has friends that come up to him. He's like, "Was that you in the video?"
Yeah, they're kind of
Who else
questioning.
is
They're
it?
like, I thought that was you. Like, oh, it was you. Yeah, because they don't Instagram and real life. It's 2 different things.
Yeah.
So they're like,
You're a different person.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I had a hat on, something else going on. But
Yep.
anyways,
Could be it.
yeah, if you guys don't follow us, go hit us up over at Living in San Diego, LIVIN in San Diego on Instagram. We'll have clips from this show. We'll have San Diego Story of the Week, which we don't have this week, but we have some in the can. So we'll drop that over there. We have getting a call from our congressman for some reason, but I'm not going to answer that one. And anyways, go follow us over on Instagram. Say what's up over there. And yeah, let's rock and roll. Noah, let's start with you since you're the guest.
Heck yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay, origin story. I'd like to hear. Right now you're in the beer world.
Yeah.
You're working at Burgeon. We'll get into all that. But let's go back a few years. I don't know if we're starting at birth, if we're starting in high school. Where are we starting? You grew up here. Not a lot of local San Diegans homegrown.
Yeah.
Born and raised. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, I'll
let's get into it.
I'll do the quick, like kind of fun story, but I mean, everyone always asks me about this because sometimes I'll be rocking different, not Padres gear or whatever. That's a whole longer story as well. But
We got someone over here too who does that. But
long story short, I was born in '94. It was actually up in Santa Monica, but this is a crazy thing. I was actually becoming out breach. The Santa Monica earthquake happened. Northridge earthquake happened in '94. I flipped. I was born. Everything was good. And then parents' house was deemed unlivable pretty much. And then they moved down to Livenhain.
okay.
So I do say yes if people really want to ask and hear the story. Okay, born in Santa Monica, sure. But I was raised down here.
Yeah.
I have no trace of thought as far as like what happened or anything in LA, in Santa Monica. I mean, yes, I've been up there and like checked out like this used to be where the house was where Pops is talking and stuff like that. But I couldn't tell you as far as like absolutely like from LA. I usually just tell people born and raised. Encinitas,
Almost
Livenhain for sure.
born and raised.
Exactly right. Yeah, I mean it was a matter of like months or something as far as being up there and then coming down. But yeah, I live in Hain, and then after that, pretty much stayed in the area. other than going to college. Did some schooling down at Grossmont College, SDSU area for a little bit, then finished my schooling up at Cal State Channel Islands, which was super awesome. Shout out to Camarillo, bunch of great breweries up there. And then came back, been living in Encinitas, now La Costa, family of 4, super awesome wife. Shout out to Emma, of course. And then 2 amazing kids that are batshit crazy, for sure. But very good batshit crazy.
That's good. Yeah.
With
you gotta
Charlie
have a
and
few.
Scotty. Yeah, for sure. But no, things are great. We're super stoked on it. And literally just living in San Diego. You know, that's the main thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing. But yeah, as far as the beer thing, I think the best story would be mom kind of getting me into the beer in the sense of would bring stuff home for my dad, and she would base off her beer purchases by the can art, by the back then the 24 ounce, 22 ounce bombers.
Oh
right?
yeah, bombers were a
You
thing.
know, looking back at that, it's like, oh, that can art looks cool, or that bottle looks sweet. Like, let's grab it, and it could be a Russian Imperial Stout. It could be a barley wine or whatever. It's nothing approachable,
Yeah.
And yeah, she would bring stuff in, and I remember one very vividly. Another, of course, San Diego local brand, Carl Strauss Red Trolley.
Yep.
And that was
That's
one.
what everybody got started on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was definitely a old reliable, right? Because back then, at least when I was like starting to dabble and like checking out beverages, like you weren't usually going straight for the tongue enamel stricken, like IPAs, double IPAs and things like that. They were definitely out there, but they were maybe for that like more advanced drinker and people that had a little bit more experience. But yeah, I mean, that was kind of like the first time as far as like, yes, underage. And I know my mom would be okay with me saying that, but just trying it and being like,
Allegedly,
oh, wow.
you gotta say allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
right? that beer does have flavor. Beer, is this awesome beverage, and there's so many complexities to it, even though there is 4 ingredients in it, right? And then from then on, it just kind of snowballed. Graduated college, got hired at Stone, so that was around like 2017. Got hired at the Escondido location.
They still have the 22s at that time. That was
Still
kind
the
of like right on
22s
the
for
edge.
sure. Yeah, I mean, I remember like our pack hall that was over there off Citricado. It was filled. It was literally like almost floor to ceiling of mainly bottles because the can thing just really hadn't popped off yet. Like,
Yeah.
it just
And
wasn't.
Stone was all bottles at that time.
Totally, for sure. I mean, I feel like the first time we've had Stone IPA was always that 12-ounce bottle.
Yeah.
And
I
now
think the first can I ever had was just a crowler,
crowler of it, yeah,
right?
yeah.
I
And
think
you're like,
so.
yeah,
I don't
totally.
I think it was all bottles at that
And
time.
it's so weird to think back on that, where it's like people always, I mean, we'll still see it at Burgeon today too, but it's like people always want to have their own vessel that they like for drinking their beverages out of. And I still feel like, shout out to the old people, it is a little bit harder to kind of convince them to go to the cans.
Yeah.
But, you say we have a special release, and I'll let them know, hey, this beer was packaged the exact same time, the exact same day. It just went in a can or went in a keg.
Yeah.
And they're like, nope, keg's better. It's like, okay, all right. I mean, I'm trying to save you some money, but okay, gotcha. Yeah, but yeah, at Stone, obviously had a great time. Did about 5 years there. Was doing everything from beer education for the tours of the Escondido facility. So that's, of course, the brewing and packaging hall with the amazing gardens and all that stuff. Private tours. We had Will Ferrell come in there. We had
effects.
Yeah,
Were you there?
Fat Mike was there.
Yeah.
We had Lars come in from Metallica.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Bunch of cool people, because obviously at that time Stone was, the 9th largest independent craft brewery like in the nation. Like back then, huge independence. They were the pinnacle of West Coast IPAs. They were winning awards. They had multiple brew pubs, right? Those Liberty Station. Back at that time, Napa was still rocking. Back at the time, Berlin was still obviously a thing for a little bit. But I mean, it was like the spot, and I was like, holy hell! I'm working here at this place, and getting to literally drink beer and talk about beer every day, which is super super rad. Right out of college, I was like super stoked on it, and having the time of my life. Super stoked on that. Grabbing education, working through the Cicerone program and trying to get as educated as possible, and meeting a lot of great people along the way. Still friends, today. There's a couple people that like I worked with at Stone that are with me at Burgeon now, which is super rad.
I don't think I've ever asked. Did you cross paths with Anthony at Burgeon? I mean, at
No.
Stone.
No,
because he
so-
was there when my brother turned 21. So I
Yes.
don't know what year that was.
Real quick, say who Anthony is.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony's one of the owners of Burgeon.
Yeah.
and
So for those 3 guys, they were like 05, 06 graduating class from LCC. So we
Yeah, same
keep
as
going
Donovan.
back. I mean, you guys are obviously totally about it, but the hyper localism of like what we're doing at Burgeon is what it's all about. I mean, self distribution, keeping things local. I mean, that's what we have to do. So I mean, for the 3 owners, all graduating from LCC, which is super rad. Also where I graduated from in 2012. But yeah, as far as his path at
2012. What a baby.
Yeah. When did you graduate, Cass?
2001.
2000.
as far as their, I probably should not bring that up as much.
No, it's great.
But
It's great now, especially.
But what's funny though is like I feel like with my facial hair and like maybe just the dad bod and like how I look and everything, everyone's like 2012 is like how many years was he held back? Like, what's going on here? Like, this isn't making sense at all. But Alex like, no, I'm only 32, I swear. But yeah, he was there not quite a bit earlier, but like definitely earlier for sure. And I mean, that's kind of where he cut his teeth. I mean, at Stone.
He was filling kegs.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally, yeah. I mean, they would, back then for like being a shift brewer, I mean, yes, you would go in, you'd clock in, and you usually didn't really have any like opportunities to create your own recipe, right? Or to write your own recipe, or to really like dabble in like the really small batches that Stone was doing. And they definitely were. But the main thing was brewing, barrels and barrels of Stone IPA, of Ruination, of Arrogant Bastard, and all that stuff. And yeah, it's weird to think back on that as far as him being there and all that stuff. But yeah, no, he was there for a couple of years. I mean, he's got a lot of other breweries under his belt. But yeah, I was stoked when of course Burgeon opened up, and I might have said this in past episodes, but it was so kismet for like my transition to happen from Stone to Burgeon, because one, it was like my local watering hole. So, it's in Carlsbad. I was living in Carlsbad. It was right there. I would go in there all the time. Knew all the bartenders, knew all the owners, knew all the people, right? Jason, one of my best friends, his parents are actually investors in Burgeon. So, I mean, that's just another random thing. And yeah, I just remember the guys would like hit me up. And so this would have been before, well, one, pre-pandemic, and two, it would have been before we opened up for Burgeon, the locations in Escondido, the Oasis, the Arbor downtown in Little Italy, and of course, Vista, because that's only 2 years old now, or 3. And yeah, I was like, I remember talking to my pops about it, and I was like, hey, I've got this opportunity. They want me to come in and interview. And he's like, okay, I know about Burgeon, but I know about Stone. I know that you're salaried there, 9th largest independent craft brewer in the nation. Like, do you think that that's the right move? And I was like, I feel something about like this, like it's way too many things that are like checking the box and coming back to Burgeon. It's like, also, I just really believed in the beer and like what was going on. And yeah, so made the transition. Obviously weird time for everybody as far as like pandemic and like what was going on. But I mean, the community and like beer shipping and like all that stuff was so huge for us, where it's like, we would literally have our gorgeous tasting room in Carlsbad be completely open, in the sense of no one was allowed in to hang out. But it was like the door was open, but you could come in with your mask on, social distance, and then grab a case of beer and then walk right back out, and then you go drink it at home.
Yeah.
Or in the parking lot, or I don't know, whatever. Right?
Well, that's what I was I was looking at some of our old pictures. I'm kind of looking through like Carlsbad and this and that.
Yeah.
And one of them popped up Burgeon's. Me and Cassie sitting we weren't drinking. We were just sitting on the curb in the next parking lot over. We had just filmed a vlog over there or something, because you couldn't go in there to drink. So we're like, dude, we need something to go. So we kind of brought a Burgeon in the video, kind of showing it.
Nice.
And then we're just, got a few 4-packs to go. But that was weird times.
It totally was, for
or
sure.
Or even like the tents too. Like I remember going with my dad and my brother, I think.
For sure.
And drinking in a tent.
A carnival tent. Yeah. You're like, what's going on in here? And we would serve you the beer too. And I think we were still masked up as far as service, right?
Yep, I think so.
And you guys were technically supposed to have a mask on until you sat down.
I think so, yeah.
Which is like so crazy to think back on all the rules too, where it's like, I was like, now it's like, all right, free for all. Let's go. Come on.
Who's licking the bar top? Let's go.
Exactly, right? Yeah, I mean, and for such a beverage that is so community-based and community-driven, it's so cool to see that obviously it thrived. And for Burgeon, and some brands of course were lost during that time, and we lost them, and that's unfortunate, but it was something that we can look back on. It's like, wow, like the community really stepped up for us. People kept drinking our beer, we kept releasing beer, and new things kept happening. It wasn't like we were just like rebrewing old stuff. It's like Anthony was still back to the drawing board for a new West Coast IPA or whatever it may be. And
luckily people were just getting, like, the only thing people were doing was getting drunk.
Yeah.
So
that's for sure.
It was like drinking. It was the year of drinking.
Oh my gosh, it most definitely was, for sure. Yeah, but it's just, it is really weird to zoom back to that.
11 o'clock. Should we start now?
Yeah.
Nobody's working today.
It was kind of it was a weird time, but it was kind of a magical time, right? Looking back, you're like, okay, well, we can't work. Like there was like a month time where like you couldn't work, you couldn't really do anything.
Yeah.
you had nothing to do. Like, and you literally couldn't do anything. I mean, we got back into real estate pretty quick because we were essential workers, but
course, yeah.
like there was just time. I have so many pictures of just like doing like scavenger hunts with the kids and just out and about.
Yep.
We had a line down our driveway and the one neighborhood kid's on that side, one's on this side. Like you guys can't talk. I mean, you could talk, you can't cross that line. It was just, it was so weird, but it was very, very interesting. I'm sure it messed up some kids, but it was kind of a cool time.
It would be interesting to look back on like kids that were, that had certain years during that time, right? And be like, oh, do we see them as like more introverted, more extroverted, or whatever it is? And yeah, it's just, I mean, also does not feel like, I don't know, I'm such a bad, terrible person with time, but like 25 years ago, it seems like it was so long ago, right? Like maybe not 25, but like it feels like it was so long ago.
It does. I agree.
And it was just like a couple little splash here and there, but yeah, I don't know. It's cool to revisit this because I do get the question as far as like the beer stuff, but obviously diving in like this is cool and like brings up some cool memories for sure. It's like showing up to work and being like, wow, like these people are still coming out and want to drink the new West Coast IPA that's coming out. All right, sweet. We'll serve it to them in plastic cups in a carnival tent and we'll have fun doing it for sure.
Yeah.
I went to a BTR, BTR.
Of course. Yeah.
And they started right around during that time, they started like their beer of the month club. So it's like, oh dude, I'm going to get into that. And then you go walk up to they just had the window open. So you go walk up with your mask on, maybe gloves. I don't even remember, but and I think Justin was there at the time, like walk over. Oh yeah. Hands you a beer and it's just like a mystery pack.
Yep.
And you had nothing to do. You get to go home and open your mystery pack and try a few that day and go, dude, it was great. Like,
oh my gosh.
Loved it.
So much fun. I mean, and then once things kind of loosened up even a little bit more, I remember Regal Siegel doing like the big plastic like soup containers.
Oh yeah.
And you could just shunk a straw in and like walk the coast or whatever. And like people were like, it was almost like, do whatever for like a jug that was fillable.
It's like the Slurpee day or whatever, where you can fill whatever
seal.
container you want.
They're bringing the water jugs for like, oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy to look back on. Yeah, crazy times for sure. But hey, here we are still drinking beer, right?
That's right.
Yep, the beer survived.
Nothing changed. We're just closer. We're just closer drinking beer again.
Yeah.
A few quick questions. Okay, back to bottles.
Yeah.
Does anybody do bottles anymore?
Goodness.
I mean, I guess like Sierra Nevada, those kind of things. Corona, but like
the Corona, the Heineken,
any crafts or independent or smaller breweries. Is Sierra still independent?
Sierra is still classified, yes.
Independent.
Yeah. It's part of a bigger group, but it is still technically. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So nobody does it anymore.
I just don't see them at least as often. I mean, there might be some people like that still buy them for their bars, like when we go back to like Miller High Life or stuff like that, like people love the little 8-ounce stubbies of those.
Oh yeah.
But as far as like craft, especially like local, I would say probably not. I mean, the only beer that we've ever done in bottles for Burgeon has been our big stouts. Like Dutchman's Pipe, for example, is one of them.
Great beer.
We've done some other like BA stuff before as far as barrel-aged offerings, but it's very, very few and far between.
Yeah.
Like our canning line, is a 5-head filler, that's running a bunch of cans per minute, while our bottling line is like, I think it's like a 2-head or something where it's like very small batching and very small process compared to how fast our canning line is running.
Yeah, I guess some of those bigger beers like Pure, they have their
they do their sour. I think
they
there's
have a
sour
few in the
offerings in
bottles.
there. Yeah, but I think the other thing too, like looking at it now, just kind of diving deeper, I feel like I see if you are doing a craft beverage in a glass bottle, it's a smaller format than those 22 ounces, right? That's what I'm seeing because like I feel like it's like a 375 milliliter, like the 500 milliliters or things like that. I mean, let's see, geez, I mean, I'm really thinking it's very like special releases. Like I Love Everywhere up out of Orange. They have a location that just opened up in Long Beach. They're also, which is super freaking rad, doing a spot at Union Station in LA. Like literally opening up another location there, and they have one in Portland. So they're literally trying to be everywhere. They do a lot of their like BA stuff and their like darker beers in like cork and cage bottles or even in just like wax dip bottles too.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, but I'm thinking last time I couldn't even tell you last time I held a bomber.
No, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I even know.
I think on our show too, Noah called the end of the bomber.
Yeah,
I think.
that would be pretty funny.
I think he was like, I think it's done.
it was. It is. Yeah. Those are so fun though. Now, I mean, now the 16 ounce, the pint is the new 12 ounce can, right? Like
It
you get a
makes
12
so much
ounce can,
sense.
you're like, this isn't even a beer, dude.
I know.
Like
Yeah.
I'm looking
It's
for
even
like,
like the same beer. Like I get weekend vibes in the 12 ounce can
Yeah, so like, no,
sometimes.
no, no.
Yeah.
And at softball, I'm like, that was like 3 sips. What am I doing?
You gotta have the pint.
Yeah,
and
I
then
love that.
back to the drawing board. You said, who was the brewer that you were mentioning?
I was probably talking about Anthony.
Anthony. Okay,
Yes,
so
yeah.
back to the drawing board. How's that look like? He's going in there, making the, so there's a few, beers that have kind of like distinct taste, distinct flavor.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you put them out on a table, I probably wouldn't be able to pick them out, but I kind of feel like they do. So like, all the pizza port stuff. You're like, dude, that's a
like
pizza port beer, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing.
No.
And then you have Burgeon. Then they have like, dude, that's a Burgeon beer.
Yeah.
You have XYZ, whatever it is, like you could kind of feel like that's a Burgeon beer. So back to the drawing board, how, like, what's that even look like? Coming up with new recipes, new beers. Is it just going down to the hops? There's not too many ingredients, like you said.
Yeah,
but
I mean the main thing that as far as like what's going to change the beer for sure is going to be looking at your yeast profile and your hop profile for sure. Because if you think about it, yes, even though beer is 90% water, yes, your water and pH of course will affect and change a beer, but you're getting more of the flavor from the hops from the yeast, right? And I think for us and what Anthony and the team has done very well for like brewing and production is we're always on that forefront of innovation where it's like a new hop is coming out and it's labeled HBC 572. We're going to try that and it's going to be tested out in probably a pretty cool style, whether it be like a West Coast Pils or an XPA, which has been super popular. Yes, of course we do have those staples, right? With Trivana and Mosaic and Amarillo hops, which are the two for Trivana are well-known and great hops. But we're always looking to change the game as far as what else is something that's new and different that we can do. And I think what's also cool with the hop world as well is we're used to seeing, I mean, everyone's probably seen them before, but the rabbit pellets, they're T90 hop pellets is what they're called. But nowadays, there's so many different forms of these hops. Like you can look at Mosaic, which is this very like mixed berry medley, like darker like red raspberries and like darker blueberries and things like that, and it gives out this like crazy profile. But you can get that from the T90 hop pellets, but you can also get it from what's called Dynaboost or Hyperboost, which are basically these like flowable liquid type hops, which is taking the exact same thing that we're all using from the pellet forms, which is that yellow, sticky, icky, lupulin good stuff that's inside the hop flower, hop plant. And then it's translating it either into a compressed pellet, which will have a little bit more of that green, vegetal, like herbal matter that's in there. Like if you were like kind of would be gnawing on some grass or like a stem or whatever. And then when you take that just lupulin, just that yellow sticky good stuff, which gives you the alpha acids for bitterness, the beta acids for aroma and flavor, and compile that into a liquid, it's like so freaking concentrated. And then your yields are changing, and when you're adding, it's changing. And there is a whole different like newcomer thing where you have to like learn, wow, this Hyperboost or Dynaboost or whatever you're using is a little bit different than how I would use my normal T90 hop pellets. But I think that's all the fun for the brew team as far as like, wow, we did this batch. Maybe we should do something different for this one next time. What can we do and what can we change? Or maybe it was too hoppy, right? Or it was we got too much bitterness out of it, so we need to dial it back or things like that. But yeah, I mean, it sounds crazy to say, but like R&D, it's just you're out there doing research and development. And also the main thing for us is we're not going to put out anything that's not going to be up to our standards and what we want to drink all the time. Yeah, of course, some people aren't like hazy drinkers and we still brew them. Some people on our team are hazy drinkers and we're still going to brew them, right? Because it's a style that's popular, it's out there, and it's also very innovative too, But I mean, Juice Press, if you look at our top 3 sellers, which is our hazy IPA with Citra Nelson and Mosaic hops, that's number 2 right behind Trivana. Now, of course, there's a little bit of a gap because Trivana does very, very well for sales, but Juice Press is our second best-selling beer, and then there goes Carlsbad Crush. So, yeah, I mean, I would say as far as innovation, trying new things, we have a great relationship with hop farmers all around the world. So we'll be a part of these programs where it's like a select handful of breweries are getting these special products, and they're like, hey, try this out. Let us know what you think. Let us know if we need to keep using this hop and keep providing this hop to the world, or maybe we need to completely shut it down. So that's what I would say.
Is there any local San Diego hops, or is it you're going out of here. I mean, probably like little tiny batches, but
tiny batches is definitely the best way to put it. I mean, there definitely has been some the climate in the area isn't like the best for the growing of hops and the producing of them. You're looking more at like your Pacific Northwest, and you're kind of a little bit more like wetter, areas for sure. There are still some hops that we're getting from Europe, from Germany, right? And that's of course a different profile.
Yeah,
it won't be as citrusy, tropical, juicy, whatever you might say. It'd be a little bit more like earthy, herbal, that type of like almost more bittering, like German style hop or noble hop as they call them. But I mean, I'm sure there's probably been people that have tried to do like their little co-ops and little grow ops out here, but nothing like we would even be able to buy from, to be honest, because we are using so many hops that like we definitely need to be getting them from the larger providers for sure.
Now, Cassidy's a connoisseur of hops. How do you describe the last IPA you drank? Not that one.
Not this. This isn't an IPA.
This is an IPA. This is amber ale.
It tastes really good.
Yeah, there you go. That's his.
That's always
description.
my
That's pretty much mine too. There's not too many that I could pick out. I remember. I think it was maybe last time you brought in one and talked about hops and this and that. It was like a Rowaka, and it was had like a peppery flavor. Like actually, you could kind of taste it on the beer. Yeah. Like it actually had a very distinct. You can. I can't tell the difference between like Citra, Simcoe, all those kind of things, but. Is that the one? Is that have the peppery one? Like the Rowaka, or there's like
what I've gotten from that one is kind of this like it sounds crazy to say, but like burnt rubber. It's like Goodyear tires.
Okay.
Which just kind of got this
delicious.
Weird, yeah, right, exactly. And it's so funny because like when you're doing these descriptors and you're like writing like beer information sheets and like giving it out to the beer buyers or sellers or trying to explain it to a guest, it's like, okay, who's gonna understand like burnt rubber? Yes, is definitely
ever licked your tire?
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, yeah, which is so crazy to like say and stuff like that. But I mean, there's also
it's like back in the day with the with wine and like tastes like saddle or whatever saddle or tobacco I guess has a flavor, but some of those things.
No, for sure.
We're like, I don't think you drink those things.
Yeah.
But
have you actually ever tried that before?
That's right.
Gnawing on a tire.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk Burgeon a little bit. So
heck yeah.
I kind of feel dumb saying this, but like you see Burgeon, you're like, okay, cool. I know what that, like it's Burgeon, right? But I didn't put it together with like, it's the verb. It's a verb to grow, to flourish.
Yeah.
Like burgeoning. It's like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that does make great sense. Like, I've heard the word burgeoning. I just never heard Burgeon until Burgeon came out. So that makes sense. The logo is craft beer, community, and environment. So if you're looking at the logo, you got the beer in the middle, environment, like the sun rays, and then you have the tree going down. So
totally, for sure.
Cool spot. If you guys haven't been there, by the way, there's Burgeon. They're the main spot, Carlsbad, kind of by Palomar Airport. And then where's the other spots?
So Vista is going to be the closest one from there. So Vista's going to be right
cool
off.
Little spot too.
Really, yeah, I mean, and I feel like you guys have even touched on that area as far as like, yes, we hate to use the G word, but there's definitely some gentrification happening there for sure, which probably needed. I mean, there's some parts of Vista that definitely needed that, right? As far as like that glow up and new areas and some great, new apartments and new homes going in. But it's right there on South Santa Fe. Right around one of the turnabouts, and it's still got that new tap room smell, which is super, super rad. The team out there's killing it. They're doing a great job, and it's slinging the same suds out in Carlsbad and all of our other locations, but it's just in a new area for us. Kind of the fun thing as far as like looking back at the history of Burgeon for, the 9+ years now, is we actually thought about first opening up in Vista before we got the Carlsbad spot. So kind of just a cool little like
roundabout.
Yeah, because I mean, when you look at all the different areas and like suburbs of San Diego, there's definitely a couple that aren't as stoked on breweries as others are. And I know you guys have definitely talked about that before. Like Craft Coast is a prime example where it's like how much red tape they're going through for Encinitas.
Oh yeah.
But like obviously
they're building. It looks like they're coming along.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
It's happening for sure. They're stoked on it, which is rad, and they're gonna absolutely kill it. Yeah. Which is
it's kind of funny too. It's like right next to Modern Times. It's like where do you want to go? Here or here? You need a little pub crawl.
And that's a whole nother topic too, where it's like, if we want to dive into that, I haven't been in there in a long time. I went to get my oil changed probably about 3 months ago now at the place right behind it. I've been going there forever. No, sorry. Smog Check. Smog Check, which has been there forever. And I walked in and I was like, wow, like their tap list still had like I would say it was like 25 different taps, but it was like 20 of other people's beers.
Really? Yeah.
Interesting.
And I don't know when the last time you guys were in there, but I mean,
it's been a while. Yeah.
So it was very interesting to see that. And of course, they've gone through, I think it's been 2 different sales now. They have that new spot, Timestead, which is down in, what's it by the Balboa Theater or One of the downtown theaters, it's down there. So like they have a new taste room that's opening up, but it's like the group that they're a part of now is like this big hospitality group. It's not technically a part of Maui anymore. It's like
so Maui changed.
Yeah, it's a lot of weird stuff. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a lot of weird stuff's going on. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't talk to too many people about it, but just like seeing stuff online.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I mean, like it would be a place now that you can go into the Far West Lounge in Encinitas, the Modern Time spot, and you could technically, if they bought beer from us, you could have a Burgeon beer on tap.
Interesting.
And you would never think that.
No, it was always all there. I mean,
Yeah.
they had so many different styles with their IPAs, hazies, and they had like a lot of dark beers, a lot of
yeah, totally.
stouts and that kind of stuff.
Coffee
So-
too, right? Weren't they? Didn't they have a lot of
Yeah,
coffee?
coffee.
beers?
Yeah. Coffee beers.
I think they're now doing coffee out of what used to be Resident Brewing, which is also downtown San Diego, which was right next to the place that was the local that they took over. That's now that Timestead place for
Got
modern
it.
times.
Okay. Okay.
There's been a lot of changeover and stuff. It's hard to keep up.
It
with,
is.
Yeah.
right? You do a really good job of trying to get
Trying
all the
to.
notes. Yeah. And you're like, wait, that happened as well? It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the Craft Coast place because that's one of
Oh
my
gosh,
favorite
it's
breweries.
insane. They're gonna
Obviously,
kill it.
I could have gone to the Oceanside one, which we've been to a handful of times. Still haven't
Yeah.
been to the San Marcos location, but
Oh,
it's
San
gonna be
Marcos
my
is rad.
my
San
home,
Marcos
my
is insane.
town.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those boys are killing it.
Yeah.
It's,
And
it's
just
always good to see them.
the food, the beer is obviously phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the food is so good.
Oh my
Like,
gosh,
it
it's
is
insane.
so good.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to people that are like big on like local, authentic Mexican food,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll travel around for like the best tacos and stuff like that, and they're like easiest
Hard
one
to
to go to that's gonna be like reliable. Like every time I go is Craft Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's for
Solid.
like any of the meats too, which is so legit.
Yeah.
And-
Back to Vista real quick because I
Yeah,
wanted
sorry.
to say the
Yes,
food.
go for it.
No. The one of the cool things about that spot is being able to order from a couple different restaurants.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
like, so we went there with one of Chelsea's coworkers and their daughter, and I think we ordered from 3 different places. Like somebody wanted like American food, somebody
Yeah.
wanted pizzas or whatever it was. And so we got like 3 little deliveries
Nice, yeah.
from different spots, and it was rad.
No, it's
To be able-
awesome.
It's like what Mother Earth used
Of
to have
course.
that
Yeah, totally.
in downtown Vista or in Vista Village.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's pretty
because
bad.
like 508 Tavern right across the
Which is
street from the
delicious.
Vista spot is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a husband and wife team that runs it, and they do an absolute stellar job. The food that comes out is insane. But it was kind of funny before we went in. We obviously went over and chatted with them and kind of let them know like, hey, we had plans to do this. What do you think? Because they're one of our really solid accounts and sell a shit ton of our beer.
Oh, really?
And they're like, yeah, we're totally stoked to have you right nearby.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, I was like, let's partner for food.
Yeah.
So like you said, I mean, having the QR code right there, they'll walk it over. It's like, okay, I don't have to leave to
No,
get
it's
beer
so
and
great.
food right here in a
Yeah.
cool spot.
Yeah.
It's fun people watching too. We've got those really nice accordion windows.
Yep.
If it's a hot day in Vista, opening them up and just kind of see everybody that's cruising around there,
Yep.
which is super rad.
They still do movie
Yeah.
nights?
They definitely have. I don't know
Okay.
if they're rocking it right now,
Okay.
but I mean, lots of little events going on. Those
Yeah.
micro events are great for the tap rooms, whether they're doing, like a dessert pairing or whether they're doing like a paint and sip or, things like that, which is super, super rad.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's the newest as far as addition to the Burgeon portfolio. But then there's also Escondido, which we call the Oasis. That's on Rock Springs Road. This is the charm of Escondido. This is the diamond of Escondido. This is the absolute perfect hangout for all the locals and like newcomers alike.
Part of Attack and Feed store.
Yep,
which is kinda
for
cool.
sure.
it's a good spot.
I don't know when that place is not packed to the gills.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
so busy all the time. The team out there always kills it. And
They could probably fill the Attack and Feed store.
oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. They totally could.
Because
Yeah.
that location is probably the smallest of the
Most
group.
definitely
Yeah,
is for sure. As far as like the actual footprint, I mean, yeah, because because we're good friends with the ownership of the feed store during the usual like weekends, like Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Sometimes we'll do it if need be on the other days. We're able to like once the feed store closes because they're not open as late as us. We can move some like picnic tables over and like kind of
Oh, cool.
expand the space
Oh, I
a
didn't
little
know that.
bit.
Oh, right.
But like still outside.
Yeah.
There's still like no inside seating at all. There's one bathroom, right? Which is always funny to talk about, but it's like, hey, the locals know about it. And it's one of those places too where it's like, I mean, everyone always uses the Cheers bar, but that's definitely the thing for sure. But like, say if something broke, like a stool broke or something, like one of the regulars is like going to start to work and fix it.
Fix that.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Goes to this truck right
Exactly.
then and there.
Yeah, right. Which is so cool. So it's
Yeah.
like the place is always taken care of. And like I said, the team out there is doing such a great job. And that place is rad. And it's cool because all these North County locations, right, the beer is the main focus. But then when we dive deeper and we look at our Arbor spot, which is down in Little Italy, that's where we have our actual kitchen, which is our executive chef, Alex, actually absolutely killing it down there, and the whole team just loving food and beer and having it together, right?
That's right.
I mean, whenever I'm down there or if I see like people grubbing down and eating, I'm like looking around and I'm checking out like, people are just coming in for beer. Everyone's either getting, food and beer, or I would say even just food.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so cool to see, right?
That's
yes,
right.
it is Burgeon Beer Company, but it's like the food is so good. And
I still haven't been down there. I need
gotta
to
check it out.
go check it out.
well, when are the Giants in town again?
Probably not till like August. maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, maybe that might be your next plan
Yeah,
for
that
a
should be-
game.
I agree.
Because usual, as far as us North County folk, what we do is coaster down,
Mm-hmm.
then get off right there at Santa Fe Depot. It's 2 blocks north
Okay.
to go check out the Arbor.
I'm heading down there Saturday, so I might,
Might have to do
I'm going
that.
to the Padre game,
What
going down
time's
early.
the game?
Not till 5:30.
Oh,
and I'm
so
going
you
to try
gotta-
to find a train that gets down early. We're
Yeah.
meeting some boys down there and
Okay.
head out. But
So
that
that
sounds
might
like a
be
good
the
little,
hang.
good
And
little
even
spot.
if it is just like some beer, a couple before. But yeah, I mean, it's usually the before and then obviously depending on game time, the after spot, because you could go crush a couple more and then maybe get a 4-pack for the coaster up. Maybe you crack them, maybe you don't. You never know. But
Depends how security is.
yeah, exactly right. Yeah, but no, that's usually that spot has been so great for us, and we've absolutely loved it. It was a new building down there that went up, and again during the pandemic, but it was the Savina building.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know exact pricing, but I know that there's like a freaking pool on like the 12th floor.
Oh, right.
It's like luxury apartments.
Yeah.
It's pretty swanky for sure.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Is that the one we sold? Did we sell in the Savina? Do you remember the name of that place? Little Italy? For Dan's?
No, I don't think it was Savina.
Okay.
But it was right. It was probably like 2 blocks away from it.
Yeah, a little.
Okay.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
It's
Another
it's a good
swanky
spot.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch down there. I mean,
Yeah.
that whole like Little Italy area, it's like the bars and restaurants, and like you could just have the swankiest night possible. For sure. Yeah.
For sure.
And then go back to your penthouse apartment. I can see Petco Park.
That's right.
All right, from a post from Burgeon, it says, "Holy shit, we just took home 2 medals at the World Beer Cup. We're drinking one of them right now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tell us about it. You were breaking it down earlier. What are we drinking right
Yeah.
now? And what was the other one? I'm gonna go get the other one here in a sec.
Yeah, so Redwood Remedy is what we're drinking right now. Amber Ale. This is a style that I would say we're definitely not known for, but now after this gold at World Beer Cup, we definitely are.
And I gotta go back. Like
Yeah.
IPAs is usually my style. I
is
like an amber
delicious.
too, but like, dude, this is so good. Yeah, it's really good.
I think what's kind of checking the boxes for you guys is you're going to be having that like hop presence from the Citra, this Cascade, like all the different hops that we have in here. And it also is a beer that doesn't typically get dry hopped. And basically all that means that when you add hops later on the process, you're basically getting more of that like aroma and flavor. And when you're adding that hops earlier on, you're getting more like bitterness from it. So with the dry hop of these, really awesome, kind of danky, kind of citrus forward, kind of like pine-esque as well hops, you're getting the check in the box for you for the IPAs, which I know you do as well. But then also like the malt bill is so layered and so delicate, but also packs such a good flavor punch with that too.
That's really
where
good.
when you take these malts and you roast them at different temperatures and you get different roast degrees from them, you're going to be then getting different sweetness from that, which is rad. And I think we just completely stood out for this category. I should have looked it up before, but I want to say there was a good amount of entries for the Amber Ale category in World Beer Cup. I mean, take
You
a
said
second.
some of the categories have like 100.
Oh yeah, it's insane. Yeah, like your classic IPAs, like your West Coast, your hazy, like those styles. I mean, it's people. It's also like we got to keep in mind it's not just the U.S. Like this is legit like
international,
World
yeah.
Beer Cup, which
Yeah.
is crazy. I mean, there was people up there from Japan winning. There's people up there from Europe winning. It was like really cool to see.
That's right.
But when our name was called, we had some great people out there as far as staff. Joel got to check it out, who works in Carlsbad. Anthony, our head brewer, got to check it out. His girlfriend Casey, and then our manager Brooke, who's the manager down at the Arbor down south. It was there for like 5-year trip. So the guys, as far as the owners, let you pick, if you've been there for 5 years, like, oh, do you want to go to World Beer Cup? And that changes every year. Or do you want to go to GABF, which is, the Great American Beer Festival, which is always in Denver in October? Or do like some other kind of beer-centric trip, right? With some of the owners. And it looks like Joel and Brooke were our lucky winners as far as like getting us up there for the gold. In the 9 years, we've never won gold at World Beer Cup, which is awesome. Definitely one of the biggest awards we've ever gotten, if not the biggest, which is super rad.
That's awesome.
And for also a style that we're not like typically known for, I
Yeah.
think is super, super rad.
That's great.
But yeah,
Epic.
so yeah, Redwood Remedy. It's a beer that we've done, for the last couple, I would say like year and a half, 2 years.
Oh, cool.
We've brewed it multiple times. It has been selling like crazy up in our self distro up in Orange County, which has been rad. And yeah, I think it checks a lot of different boxes rather than just the hoppy boxes for IPAs.
Yeah.
which is rad.
It's delightful.
It is
Yeah,
delightful.
I need to double
It's a
check
good-
because I'm probably gonna be wrong. But yeah, I mean 6 flat too. So ABV is there, but it's not over the top where it's like gonna be too like, all right, how many of these do I need to have and then cut it off or whatever.
Not a Elysian 8.2.
Yeah, right.
Double
We're
IPA.
not space dusting it. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you guys just dropped a few new beers too.
Oh my
so
gosh,
here's
yeah.
here. I mean, okay, so I kind of like the style Burgeon does.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks, you guys
That's
are dropping new beers, or is it
tentatively, for sure?
Tentatively,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, because like for example, before World Beer Cup, obviously we have a bunch of beers coming out. We want to make them as fresh as possible. We literally had like 8 back-to-back weeks of releases,
just going.
and every single of those 2 releases were canned.
Yeah,
So yes, it's good, but it's also like we've only got 17 taps in the taste room in Carlsbad. I want to say there's a little bit less in Vista. I mean, so we have our locations to fill, we have our distribution to fill in all the local restaurants and things like that. But it's almost like this game of like, all right, hold on,
What do we take off to
Yeah,
put on and-
sometimes that. I mean, and that usually goes to like Destination Paradise, which is our blonde ale, which we can just do canned pours. But it is a little bit of a game of TikTok or it's just like trying to figure out what's going on as far as like, okay, what are we dropping now and what's next? But yeah, I mean, last Friday was 3 beers, 1 draft only, 2 cans and draft. So that was a weird like 3-banger. And then this Friday, well, obviously depending on when this comes out, but May 1st.
Coming out Thursday,
Okay,
so-
okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
go
May
get it Friday.
1st. So literally when you guys hear it tomorrow, we have For the Love of Beer, another beer coming out. So that's just a weird single release.
yeah.
So, but typically if we zoom out, probably for the whole year, we say every other week 2 beers coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we grab one of those? Which one
Yeah.
should we grab?
Yeah, you want me to pause?
I'll go grab. No, keep it going.
Okay.
You guys have a conversation. Which one should I grab?
Let's go, just because it's coming out on Friday, let's do For the Love of Beer.
For the love of beer.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds good.
Let's hear the For Love of Beer story.
Yeah, so this one's fun. I kind of had handpicked, what we were going to be going through and talking about today, just because it's based on what you guys do for your brand as far as living in San Diego. Whether it be North County, South County, wherever you are, we want to talk about San Diego for sure. There's a really cool new restaurant, newer now. It's been around for a little bit, but Odie's Pizza Co. over in Oceanside.
Yep.
We brought up Craft Coast earlier, of course, and it's their neighbors in Oceanside, which is super, super rad. And this is like their unofficial beer. The reason I say that, just a little bit of legality, just because it's not on the actual can, but it is definitely a beer that we mainly produce for them. They sell at their location, but we also sell it at ours as well and through distribution. But if you look, maybe Cass can show it, or Chris can, or whoever who has the best
Mine'll
camera.
Mine'll be closer.
Yeah, you're closer. Show it
But
up there.
people, if they are fans of Odie's,
there we go.
they will recognize
there we
not only the slogan as far as For the Love of Beer, but also like kind of the artwork as well, as depicts pretty much what Odie's is as well.
That's right.
Because Odie's slogan is For the Love of Pizza.
Got it.
So
Oh, that's
so
right.
yeah, so we kind of obviously play on words with that, keeping it nice and local, which is rad. But these are good friends of ours. If you guys have not checked out Odie's before, you guys definitely need to, because that place is insane. Some of the best sourdough pies I've had ever.
Awesome. I've heard really good things about it.
It's a sweet spot, and then also great beer list too. I mean, yes, of course we'll be on tap there, but I think last time I was there, I had a beer from Rome, which is really good. They're up in like kind of San Clemente area, but yeah, I mean, it's cool to see us, diving in and getting these close friendships with people like Best Pizza we're really close with. We've done beers for them, and also For the Love of Beer, doing stuff with Odie's. But this was a location that had been through a little bit of turmoil in the corner of Oceanside. I don't know if you remember, but Sublime, which used to be in San Marcos,
Yeah.
then opened up. Yeah, so I mean, they went through a bunch of weird stuff where it was like,
I loved Sublime so much.
Sublime
too.
was so good.
It was the best.
Food, beer, everything was insane. But for some reason, after a couple tries of other different brands there, it did not work in Oceanside. So place sat vacant for a little bit, and then Odie's picked it up. And I think another thing, going through the red tape, they had a little bit of a rough time opening. But as soon as that opening day happened, we were ready with beer. We were stoked for some good pies. And from what I've been hearing, they've been absolutely killing it. So,
That's
I mean, you've
awesome.
got Craft Coast and Odie's right there where it's like, oh, gosh.
How do you choose?
Yeah, where are you supposed to go, for sure.
You want pizza? You want tacos?
Yeah.
That's one of the posts we made. Something about like 3 new things happened in Oceanside. It was I forget, and then one was Odie's. And then like the overwhelming amount of comments were like, "Oh, Odie's is so good.
Yeah.
You guys go check out Odie. Odie's is great." Like it was just like,
Let's go.
dude, banger.
Love
They're
that.
they're loving it.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah, so
rad.
good.
I think Haley and Tyler went, right? Don't they know
Probably.
or
Maybe.
I think they know. Is the owner from
He's from
Lacusta Canyon or Carlsbad or
I
something?
think he has some ties to something
Yeah.
local too as well. I think,
I think so.
if I'm not mistaken.
But I've heard, I've heard amazing things.
Yeah.
You gotta
I mean,
get up
we
there.
have. It sounds so, such a homer thing to say, but like, I feel like our pizza around here is freaking. We got some good pizza places.
Just don't ask New Yorkers, but
yeah,
Don't ask
I
my
know.
wife.
Don't ask.
No, and
Chris's
I
wife.
get that. I totally understand for sure. But like, I just, I really
I
like our
agree.
pizza.
I do
Like
too.
corner pizza is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's some really good.
Maybe
pizza
I'm
stuff.
just like so easy with food where it's like
Yeah.
I could just have pizza or like
Or we're
freaking
just
hot
not
dog.
pizza snobs, It's not like that
Yeah.
wasn't like, ooh, we're known for pizza. Like we're so
Yeah.
cool.
It's in the water.
Yeah, like, dude, there's some good pizza here. You just got to go. Like even next to what's the tap room over at Seaside Market, the Lost Abbey.
Lost Abbey.
Yeah.
What's that called? The confessional.
I think it's called
Confessional. Yeah.
Right next door, East Coast
East
Pizza.
Coast Pizza, yeah.
So
Really
good. It's really good. Actually, that's one my wife will from
Okay.
the East
Actually,
Coast.
nice.
She's like, yeah, dude, that's good pizza. So good stuff.
I think random plug. I think Dylan, our sales director, just told me that we just got in for beer there too, which is pretty funny.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
rad.
so I was like, wow, the place has been there forever, but like we've just never even checked it out, or maybe they just got a license or whatever. But it's always so weird because like Lost Abbey's right,
Right
there,
there.
and they crank obviously.
Yeah.
You see a bunch of families there and a bunch of
Well, a
people
ton
hanging
of
out.
people just bring the pizza into.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It makes so much sense. It's right there in the little hangout spot.
People
yeah.
are also probably counting the days that it's there, though. So
I don't. It's interesting.
the
to
pizza
say,
place will be there forever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, some of the Lost Abbey that's an
a strange
interesting
story.
That's a whole it's a whole different story right now too, as far as like taking over the Epic spot and like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a Lost Abbey beer. We used to go pretty
lot.
often by your house,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, I mean, we haven't gone there in a long time.
yeah, I haven't been there in a while.
No, what's the go-to? Oh, Michi?
Michi is like our go-to,
Solid.
Yeah.
like local. But yeah, last time, I mean, they close at 8 too, like
Yeah.
so it's not exactly an easy. We went
Yeah.
to dinner with friends at. Did we go to sushi or Sets? I can't remember. We went to one of those.
Sets those pretty
Yeah,
good.
we
right?
went.
I feel like that's,
And then we walked over. We needed one. Oh no, we met friends for frozen yogurt for the kids, and we're like, oh, we should probably get something for us.
probably get a
And,
beer.
yeah, and so we went and had a beer at Lost Abbey, but that's been like 6 months ago now. That was my last
Yeah.
time there. So it's been a while.
I don't know. I mean, it's a brand that was definitely
It was huge for a long
yeah,
time.
and they did the whole dabble in like the seltzer game where it's like Tiny Bubbles was part of their thing. Where, and I don't even know if that's still around.
I don't know. Tommy still drives the car.
He still rocks it.
He still
'cause
rocks the
he's-
Tiny Bubbles car.
That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, he was at CBC too. I think they actually they probably won something if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow.
I mean, Lost Abbey's always been winning awards as far as in that like saison or type of Belgian. influence.
Yeah,
Something that tastes like
I
raisins.
think they threw the IPAs in there just because that's what people want to drink, and the rest
Yeah.
they're like, this
Well,
is our beer, but
yeah.
we'll make this
Yeah,
too over
totally.
here.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Somebody just missed the putt by like 6 feet outside.
Okay, coming in the window here.
But yeah, I mean, they had the hop concept for a long time.
Yep.
And,
was solid.
and port,
Love
and
hot
then that
concept.
went away
Yeah.
or went off.
Which is so
somewhere.
interesting because you
Yeah.
would think that would be a
That was-
style that would stay
Yeah.
as far as just doing rotating. Hop
But didn't they
West Coast
sell that
IPAs.
to Pizza Port or something like that?
Which one? Hop concept?
Yeah, or both of the hoppy
Port
stuff.
Brewing and I don't know.
Something like that. I don't know.
Who knows? Okay, but another story that we do know something about.
Yeah.
Stone. All right, so Stone got bought out a few years ago by Sapporo. Sapporo came in. They have the is it in South Carolina, North Carolina? Where was the other Stone facility?
Richmond,
Virginia.
Yeah.
One of those places over there. Anyways, so they bought it out. Sapporo was like, "Okay, we're gonna get distribution." Stone was like, "We're never gonna sell out." Anyways, they did. Sold for a ton of money.
Yep.
Few years later, as with other big beer brands, they got sold again, and now they are Firestone Walker. So is Firestone still independent?
So it's technically this whole Firestone Walker Duvel, Duvel.
Duvel, yeah.
It's another European brand. I want to say it's in the same thing where it's like that is still certain parts of it can be considered craft.
Yeah.
But it's a larger,
big.
bigger umbrella of so many brands that are not.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's like
Do
so
they still
hard
get to put the thing on their label?
That's a very, very, very good question.
Independent craft.
Yeah.
It's still a bottle. When are they going to change that to a can?
That's a
on-
very
on the
good
logo.
question. Yeah.
I do have, so it's the certified independent craft Seek the Seal is the that little upside down bottle you there.
Yeah.
It was the independent craft brewer seal that was launched in June of 2020 or 2017 by the Brewers Association, the publishers of craftbeer.com. So according to this is very loose. This is what I got from their website. According to the Brewers Association definition, a craft brewer is small and independent. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, you guys are independent, but
Yeah.
okay. So thoughts on that as far as Stone, just because like I remember when Ballast Point got sold, we like to support local. We like to support, people around here. Ballast Point had a huge brand here, really good beers. I don't know. I just always like the grapefruit IPA is always solid. When they used to use real grapefruit, I'm not sure about anymore. But anyways, have that. They were just built up here. They were one of the big boys in San Diego.
Yeah.
Got sold to a conglomerate, and then it's like I don't know. Don't really want to support them anymore.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people kind of felt the same. Mm-hmm. They're like, ooh, craft beer is not worth $1 billion or this craft brewery. So ended up selling it off again. Now they're independent again. Now I'm back on Ballast Point, but like same for Stone, like
It's like if the Chargers came back, that's the same thing.
That's what
interesting.
That's what I did on my
a
post.
weird
So I did the whole
relationship.
I did the whole story of Stone, and I was like, is this the same as the Chargers leaving San Diego
Yeah.
to go to somewhere else? Are we still fans? Are we still going to support them? All right, go.
Man, yeah, I mean that brings up a lot of really good topics, Chris. I mean, no, because it's interesting to think. I mean,
Like, when was the last time you had a Stone beer on purpose?
well,
Did I tell you my Vegas story? I told Chris. Chris knows.
I'm guessing Buenavesa.
No.
No,
I was
okay.
at a bar watching early football games at like 10:30 in the morning,
Okay,
and I asked what IPAs they had because they didn't have a drink list or beer
okay.
list.
Yeah,
And she said Stone IPA, and I took a sip, and I'm like, this is not Stone IPA. And then like 5 minutes, and by drink it, like I'm drinking it, whatever.
of course. Yeah,
Maybe it went bad, or who knows.
you're gonna finish that $10 beer.
Yeah, right, exactly. But then the next guy sits down like 5 minutes later, and she's like, we have Stone Delicious, blah, blah, blah. So I got Stone Delicious, not Stone IPA. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
are you serious?
So you
That's your
went-
least favorite beer
Oh my
on the
gosh,
planet.
it's
Yeah.
miserable. Yeah, I absolutely despise that beer.
That's how I know. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
what.
absolutely despise that beer. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to give that one up.
Yeah, no, it's the mix of El Dorado, and there's also a couple different hops in there. Just not my my favorite, but I would say Eldo is probably just like one of my least favorite hops, and just you can get this weird like smoky characteristic to it. It's just no bueno.
Yeah.
But yeah.
El Dorado, no bueno.
El Dorado no bueno. But yeah, I don't know. It's
been a minute.
It's been a minute for sure. I just got a text from my brother, which is funny that we're talking about this right now, about a week ago, who's in DC. I think he was drinking it in DC, and he took a photo of the Stone IPA can that he was having. He goes, I don't remember it tasting like this. So kind of funny that it's like the same thing that you had in a sense. But yeah.
Well, real quick, back to Tasty too. That's like so. Epic sold out too. Sold to a bigger company.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my buddy. He knew the owner over there, and was talking about like they basically took the what's the Denver 1045
to Denver, yeah.
took like the main beers and like changed them a little bit, right? So they're not the same as they were before. They're still distributed because you see them all out and about, but it's a different
same
beer.
branding, but still, different beer. I mean,
Different beer.
I wonder if that's, two things that I could think of that being is that maybe it was a legal aspect where it's like their actual recipes are their recipes and they didn't sell those to them.
Yeah.
But they sold the brand and the names and the logo and the image and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So if they have a beer that has Mosaic and Amarillo hops, they could do Mosaic and Amarillo hops and Cascade. And now it's a different beer or whatever. That's just a guess.
Yeah.
Or the other thing is that, they looked at, okay, these guys were using 10 pounds per barrel of Mosaic hops or whatever. And again, I'm just making stuff up. And, 20 pounds per barrel. These are just crazy numbers of, some other expensive, like say Nelson, from New Zealand or whatever. And they're like, we could probably make the same beer with different cheaper hops, with different amounts of these hops, and then still put it out there. And most people are going to be like, oh, it's the same can.
I think
It
I
still
just bought
says
it a couple
Epic.
weeks ago.
I think that's what
Stuff
happened.
like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it sounds lame to say that because that's totally, I feel like there's a term for that, but it's like it's just like blinding the guests, blinding the, I mean, whatever. But it's unfortunate that's the case. But for these bigger brands, and I think that's what the Brewers Association really talks about from going like small and independent is once you take that step to that larger and non-independent brand, they're more focused on the bottom line versus that one guest that comes in the tasting room, right?
I think that's what it comes down
and
to.
their experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a shitty situation. And I haven't been to that. Well, now it's Lost Abbey now, but like that, I haven't been to that Epic location. I hadn't been there in a very long time because for the second, it was like the Mason Ale Works conglomerate. Where it's like they had bought like Second Chance Beer and Epic, so it was like all this stuff. So it's like they were like trying to either keep these brands alive that were like done and no tasting rooms.
Yeah.
But then you could go to that spot in Vista and there was still like stuff available. I mean, I'm looking at you kind of like with a question mark at the end of my sentence because I really don't even know. It was so weird. There was so much different stuff happening, and it was like, man, so odd.
It was
so
that
odd,
according to my buddy, that's what like they bought Epic, changed the recipe for monetary reasons. Like we could just save money if we do it this way. This is all hearsay, by the way, guys.
No,
okay,
of course.
Epic,
We're
don't
just
sue me, bro.
We're just three guys just chatting.
But yeah, I mean, if you sell it to a big company, they want to save money, right?
Yeah.
Or Sapporo, they just want to sell it. So I'm more on board with Firestone than with Sapporo.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just like I kind of grew up on Stone, so it's always going to be part of like I see a Stone, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll take that. But
Yeah.
As long as it's
different beast now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think so as far as like stuff that I've heard, I'm going to use a stupid pun, but that's set in stone already. I've seen that the Richmond location post online, and I could even bring it up just to get like the ultimate facts as far as letting you guys know. But I saw this the other day from the manager that's been at the Stone RVA, as they call it, location since its infancy, which has been a very long time. It says,
and you've been to that one, right?
No, Emma's been.
Oh, that's what it
but
was.
I have not. No.
Got it.
So this was a day ago. This is a post on the Stone Brewing RVA, like their main channel, all verified, all that good stuff. It says, our last day of service will be 5/14. We'll be open from 12 to 9, 5/10 through 5/14. We hope to see you. Thanks for a great 10 years, RVA.
Wow.
Caption says, we have sad news to report. Our Richmond location will be closing after May 14th, 2026. We want to thank everyone for the collaborations, the support with the industry community, Pink Boots, and those who appreciate the craft of brewing. Yeah.
And is that the spot that Sapporo is taking over for?
It said that they were going to still brew out of there.
Okay.
There, but Sapporo, just for
yeah.
distribution wise, just have a
spot on the East Coast.
US like spotted distribution. Yeah.
And I think that makes sense because if I'm not mistaken, Richmond, so in Escondido, there's two for the brew system. It's 120 barrel brew houses. So just like quick math, which I'm very, very bad at. But just so you know, one barrel is about like 31.5 gallons of beer.
It's a lot of beer.
It's a lot of beer.
Yeah.
And that's one turn, right? So we call that a turn of just like brewing that one batch.
Mm-hmm.
But then like say if you're doing Stone IPA, you're doing multiple turns to fill these larger fermenters. And then in Richmond, because it's even more bigger and also like more state of the art, I want to say there's like at least a 250 brew house, and I think another one that's similar in size. Or it might just be another 250. So I mean, it's gigantic.
huge.
So I mean, the production.
So you just throw all
would be
Sapporo
insane.
in there, you could brew a ton of
Oh, you
Sapporo.
I mean, it would be insane for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, a lot of Sapporo gets sold. Let's be honest.
I mean,
for
you
sure.
go to any sushi restaurant. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it seems like that makes sense. Obviously, to them to keep that spot, but it doesn't make sense to keep that. I mean, in the grand scheme of things versus the actual production facility in Richmond.
Yeah.
It is a tiny little tap room company store is what Stone calls them. But it's like, yeah, you're selling merchandise. Yeah, you're selling growlers and crowlers. And I think they do tours as well. But like for them to just scrap that and completely close it, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it makes
Not
no
crazy.
sense for
Yeah.
them
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure. But still pretty wild that that's one already happening because that's, I mean, it just seems like it's going to.
Instant.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty quick. And hopefully staff was notified with enough time to start looking for other jobs and things like that.
It's like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I've been hearing like through the grapevine that Escondido has already like put what's the best way to put it, like the feelers out for like selling that entire space as well, and that's hard because I don't know. I mean, there's still people that I do know that are working there, but it's like that facility is gigantic.
That's
I mean,
big,
it's
dude.
huge buildings. That's a packaging hall and a production facility. I mean, like the beer is literally traveling underground to get to this other building, which is insane.
Yeah.
Like they built that out, and then that was
So what brewery? That's what we were talking about the other day. Is like what brewery is big enough to even take that over?
I heard people say Pizza Port, but I don't even think that they're
not
that
even
big enough.
Yeah.
I mean, a Pizza Port like outside location like that would be so sick because like
Would be rad.
we obviously
It would
love
be rad.
and it would be very like chill and like laid back and like just picnic tables everywhere and just pies everywhere.
Yeah. You know what you're ordering.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people that still are giving Stone a lot of flack. When that whole QR code thing happened, where it's like you're still, I think from what I've been told, is you still go sit down in Escondido, and I think you still technically don't have a server, or it's just a lot less staff walking around.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're literally just talking to a computer, and then if someone comes and drops off your food, you're like, "Oh, can I get something else?" It's like, "Oh, do it through the app." It's like, "I'll go get it myself." So it's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. But I have heard that that some people have already been told, from that Escondido location, and that they will be let go. Obviously, RVA, of course, there's no way they're going to keep anybody out there for the tasting room side of things. Maybe brewing production would stay the same as far as like the large, like the shift brewers and things like that. But anything small batch is completely done. So I don't know what's going to happen to Liberty Station.
They said they're still going to brew there a little bit. But that was just one article I read the first day it happened. So
yeah. And it's so hard to say because it's like I think they always have to like look at, and like we said earlier, like the bottom line has to be that main focus, right?
Yeah.
And it sounds so shitty to say, but it's like you are a number.
Yeah.
You're not a person with a name, with a family, with hobbies and interests and things like that. And it's like,
I'm interested to see where that goes. That'd be a cool spot for. I mean, I don't know what will happen, but
I'm trying to think.
It's not just going to shut. Like somebody's going to buy it. We'll just see.
I mean, it's gigantic. I mean, unless
Huge.
people are going to start making. I mean, like, I'm just trying to think of like the facility and like what else people could like make with like brewing and production. Like I don't know, milk. I don't know, it's like, but like it's,
Move Hollandia so we don't have to smell it
it's
anymore.
like,
the Hollandia, the Hollandia setting.
We did have a scrimmage at Hollandia the other day, and it just reminded me.
I might be
how
dropping
much
the story
stinks.
on that. It might not be the dairy.
Oh.
So
What?
BTW.
interesting.
Stay tuned for that, guys. All right, two quick things before we let you go. All right, NA beers. All right, so I just read that Pure Project just released two NA beers.
Yeah,
I've been getting into NA myself a little bit because midweek I want a beer.
Yeah.
But I don't want to.
What's the but?
Yeah, exactly.
We were all
What's the
waiting.
button?
We got real
There's
quiet. We're
no
like,
button
listen,
there.
let's listen.
Just let that hang. No, but I was watching the show. Have you guys seen Friends and Neighbors?
I haven't watched it. It just popped up on my thing. Yeah.
But this one scene, he goes in. This
Apple
guy,
TV,
he's very. Oh, Apple. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
He's managing this guy, his money manager, whatever. He comes in after a hard day. He's talking to this dude. He's like, dude, the guy's like excited. He's like, yeah, you want a drink? And the guy's like, yeah, I'll take a drink. So he pours in some whiskey. Guy takes a drink and just spits it out. What is this? He's like, oh, dude, no, it's non-alcoholic whiskey. He's like, it's whiskey without the poison. He's like, dude, the poison is the experience. Like, I don't want this. So like, it's kind of like NA beers, kind of the same there, but it's like they're not quite there.
Yeah.
But they're okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting to see like as more of these breweries, you're going to see Athletic Brewing, obviously one of the biggest over here in San Diego, is like, the biggest here in San Diego as far as NA beers go.
Yeah.
They're good here and there.
Yeah.
Are we seeing more NAs come out? Obviously we are, but is it like, are less people drinking? They're just like, I just want a beer, but not the alcohol.
It's really funny that you bring that up, Chris. I mean, I think I see that the age group right now that is either just starting to drink, being of that age, is in this whole realm. Obviously, North County, San Diego, very healthy, body conscious, right? I would say they're very stoked on like wanting to be like at the beach and like most of the time, right? They want to do that. So I'm seeing that the younger guests that we have coming in, they are asking for more of that NA options, the cider options, the seltzer options, the booch options, whatever it may be, just because beer's always had this very like caloric, heavy, not the best for you, type thing, which, I mean, everything as far as ingredients, I mean, we could go off on a bunch of stuff where it's like hops are, there's been scientific research where like hops are anti-carcinogenic and they kill cancer cells and so on and so forth. But that's a whole nother thing to get in touch with.
I agree.
But
That's why I drink.
yeah, right. But we definitely do see that the younger generation that's coming up, they are looking for beer adjacent beverages for sure.
Yeah.
The NA beer is an interesting one. I mean, just within the last 2 years in mainly our Carlsbad location, we have it at a couple other ones too, but we started bringing on Best Day. So Best Day Brewing's out of Stanislaus. It's up Northern California-ish, or if that's not Central California. And they've got a bunch of options. I mean, we've got a Mexican lager from them. We've got a Pilsner. We've got a West Coast and hazy IPA. And they also do things sometimes very crazy, like Imperial, like double IPAs, which is so wild to me. Because
You're like,
what
it's
you're
double,
missing,
not the alcohol.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So it's negative? That's crazy. But yeah, so I mean, and I'll be honest, they do sell. I mean, we do have people come in, they're 12-ounce cans, easy for us to pour into a glass, and people obviously want to partake and have that communal aspect with their friends, but maybe they're not a beer drinker. But I feel like most tap rooms you're going into nowadays, I mean, Pure is a prime example of this. If people walk in and say, "Oh, I'm not really the biggest beer person," they're going to have something for you.
Yeah.
But that's also because they brew seltz, they brew booch, they have wine, and now they have NAs.
Yeah.
Which is huge because, I mean, Pure's whole mindset, which I absolutely love, which is great, especially for the consumer and that guest perspective, they've always said that they don't want to say no to anybody. So if somebody walks in and says like, "Oh, do you do flights?" At Carlsbad, we have a different way to say it, and we only actually flights are only for down south of the Arbor, but like we say, we do 2 tasters at a time. We do a left-hand beer and a right-hand beer, right? But we don't have a board, we don't have a piece of paper. But like at Pure, you've got the flights, and people are posting them online, and they've got the wine, they've got the seltzer, they've got all the stuff that usually people ask for. But yeah, I mean, I definitely tried a couple. I wouldn't say that it's, it's scratching my itch as far as like what I want.
Indeed.
But there's definitely been times where it's like, oh, I kind of want to do like a week off or, maybe a little bit longer if I can hang out. And I'll try it. I'll dabble. I feel like I've noticed that most of the ones that are really, really good are like from the big brands. Like I feel like Heineken 0.0 is like really, really good. I know that sounds crazy, but like it's just easy.
Because nobody's ever said Heineken is good.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
That's not a thing.
But it's
Except
like
for my dad.
Yeah.
But.
So I mean, I don't know. It's like I think there's definitely a place for them, and we can look at market research and like actually look at the numbers, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm stoked on.
Agree.
For this chapter of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I would yeah, right. I would probably even go more towards like a NA cocktail. Like I would like a mocktail more than like an NA beer, if that makes sense.
When I was still going to CrossFit, there was a dude starting a non-alcoholic gin. And I was like, gin doesn't taste good alcoholic. What's it going to taste
like? How about a non-alcoholic one?
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gin.
Ugh.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, what you could do some
Well, like,
fun.
how do you do non-alcoholic vodka? Vodka just tastes like alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those weird...
Yeah, you can't do vodka.
Yeah, okay.
No, you can do whiskey because it's got a little brown in it. It's got a little bit of the
Same thing with gin, I guess.
barrel flavor.
Yeah.
All right, and then last but not least, we're getting out of NA. No, sorry, no, just leave it at that. Okay, I'm still gonna drink a few NAs. New brewery coming in town over in Escondido, Made Right Beer Co. And the reason I bring it up because they actually gave Burgeon a shout out in their little write up. So
which was very nice.
Yeah, they were like talking about it's like a little 60-seater tasting room over in Escondido, 1,900 square foot. Nicole and Jake over there, I think Wright is their last name, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And they gave, where was it? Okay, so it's like once the above recipes and a few hard seltzers are dialed in, Jake looks forward to experimenting with a stout, additional IPAs, and a dry hop pilsner, for which he'll use fellow North County business Burgeon Beer Company's New Zealand hop Clever Kiwi as a stylistic benchmark. So anyways, coming soon in the near future. A little inspiration he got from the Burgeon crew.
No, it's so cool. I mean, that beer I feel like has gone through so many different iterations in the sense of people always ask us, oh, how much kiwi's in the beer? Is it very kiwi forward? And then we always have to let them know we're paying homage to like where the kiwi bird is from.
Right, yeah.
New Zealand, which is
it's
where
on
main
the
hop is
can,
from.
people.
Yes, exactly, right. And I love that, right? I mean, obviously, if it's a Friday and there's a line at the door, it's a harder conversation to have. But we do get a lot of newcomers coming in and people asking about it for sure. I would say for the brewer, which is obviously where these guys, the Made Right company, that they're coming from the brewing aspect, that beer is such a brewer's beer because it's low alcohol content, but it has hop presence. And it also has a hop that a lot of people, I wouldn't say like they're scared to like do beers with, but it's not like the first beer or first hop that they're using for their beers, right?
Yeah.
So it's really cool for this company that's, popping up, and reading that article, from SD Beer News and what Brandon like put out with them is like, these guys are just homebrewers that want to turn pro and want to have a cool little like mom and pop local spots.
Yeah.
And I agree, like Escondido does need that. I mean, right now with Plan 9 gone, with Black Plague gone, I mean, yes, you have got our tasting room. We have no idea what's going to happen with Stone. We've got, let's see, Little Miss is gone. We've got Barley and Sword.
I was going to say the Barley and Sword just
I was
opened.
like, I know I'm missing something for sure.
That was a funky one.
But yeah, Barley and Sword with the old jacked up space. So I mean, it definitely is an area that I think could use some more local craft beverages for sure. And that's a super fun shout out that they gave us, which is so rad. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it's a beer too. It's like, I feel like it sells well for us. Obviously, we've kept it in our core lineup, but it's not.
That's
like,
my brother's favorite. It's Donovan's favorite.
Really nice.
Yeah,
Heck yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they are opening up, it looks like, in September or October. So if the construction gods are good. So Escondido's getting a new spot here in the next few months. But anywho, anything we missed? We're good?
Jeez, I don't know. I mean, no.
We keep going on for hours, but I want to let you go. So.
Yeah, no, we're chilling. I don't know what time it is.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
It's
on
only 6 in. We're doing good.
We're doing good. All right. Cassie, anything we missed?
I don't think so. This was a blast.
Yeah, dude.
no, so much
Appreciate
fun.
it, man.
No, of course. I mean, this is always huge, and like to see, like to go back to you looking at the, the roots of Burgeon, like what the actual like word means, from looking at Coastal Craft and like you guys going for living in San Diego. Like this is an example of like you guys burgeoning, which is like really rad.
Love it.
So I'm super stoked on it. Yeah, I mean, stoked to be here. We'll obviously keep drinking beers and like want to share the love. And anybody wants to cruise by Burgeon, obviously we'll be there. We'll be hanging out. You'll see Cass and Chris for sure.
Yep, for sure.
Maybe with families in tow, maybe not. You never know if we need to do a little quick Lowe's trip.
That's right. If we have time.
Those are the best, honestly, like having the guys cruise in where it's like, I've got a weekend project. I'm supposed to be at Lowe's. I need one beer. Yeah, that's fair. Got it.
Good to go.
How many parents that are waiting for their kids to be done at the batting cages?
Batting cages is huge.
Yeah.
The Y, like the gymnastics center that's on the corner,
too,
which is huge too, which is awesome.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, we don't, and that's always been like my main thing that I'm super stoked on for our location for Carlsbad, is there's no foot traffic, right?
Yeah.
So people are coming
You have
there.
to go. Yeah. You have to
because they want to go see Burgeon, which is rad.
Yeah.
Now, yes, there's like 2 hotels. They're at the top of the street at Yarrow. There's the landings that's over there at the actual airport, but like it's still like a little bit of a walk. So it's like people aren't like walking by there and be like, a brewery. Let's go check it out. Which is so rad. So
It is
I love
very
that.
cool.
Gotta search it out. Go check it out. It's at Burgeon. What's the handle? I don't even know.
For Instagram, just at Burgeon Beer.
There we go.
Yeah. And then, pretty much all socials for that. BurgeonBeer.com. But yeah, main location, 6350 Yarrow Drive,
There we
Suite
go.
C.
Are you still putting out content, or are you done with it?
I mean, I have like my personal page as far as just like at Stop Hop and Roll, but I feel like I've been kind of off. I haven't really been doing it. No, I haven't been doing any beer night in San Diego. I mean, that was a beer podcast I was on for a while. All the guys are still good friends. Obviously, we still see each other. We just kind of stopped doing it.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a bunch of great beer podcasts out there already, which is rad. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just been like family focused.
I was going to say, as soon as you
take
become
up
a
some
dad,
time.
as soon as you
family
become a dad.
focused. I mean, of course, still got the 9 to 5, right? But I mean, stoked on what Burgeon's doing. More awards hopefully coming soon. More beer coming out left and right. But yeah, all good things.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for coming on, Noah.
No,
Appreciate
of
it.
course. Thank you, guys.
Another round. We'll have you on. Oh, last but not least,
Oh,
beer of the year.
shoot.
Got to throw you on. I usually ask
Oh.
Cassie a question of the week. Now it's your question. So beer of the year so
gosh.
far.
Okay,
A
can
lot
I?
of thinking, and then Cassie's going to bring in some music.
Non-Burgeon if you want.
I can
Yeah.
do that. I also
There
have
we
like
go.
2. I'll have a shameless plug. I was just up in Sacramento like 2-3 weekends ago. We brewed a beer with Shred Beer Company. They're out of Rockland. Some of the best beers I've had like in the past like 5 years, I would say.
Oh, wow.
But we just did a beer with them. It actually comes out this Friday. I know this sounds lame because we're obviously talking about like everything Burgeon and everything local, but if you guys are in Rockland and you're listening, or you're in Sacramento,
We got some Rockland crew. Yeah. I'm actually hanging out with a few Rockland kids this weekend.
Okay,
so, yeah.
okay. So go get, if you guys can, Stash Box. So this is a DDH West Coast IPA at 6.8%, and it's a double dry up with Crush, Simcoe, Citra, Strata, and Strata Cryo. As far as their tasting notes, which I absolutely love, They say it hits like cracking open a fresh stash. Immediate waves of lychee gummies, overripe guava, and top shelf herb. Ready to light up your olfactory senses. So I would say, and I even commented on the post today. I said, calling it now beer collab of the year, which is super rad. So we've been wanting to brew with them for a while, and me and Anthony were able to go up and brew with them a couple weeks ago, which is super rad.
That's rad.
So I would say precursor for beer of the year. It's going to be
There we go.
Stash Box,
I like
Shred,
it.
and Burgeon. So far, shoot. You said I pick a Burgeon one and then pick a non-Burgeon
Sure.
one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man.
Or just one, either way. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many good beers.
There are a lot of good beers.
Shoot. I'm loving Diesel Pusher out of Craft Coast right now. It is kind of a core for them. They do it ever so often, but like for Craft Coast, it is like just because they don't can too many of their offerings. I want to say they only can like 3 of their beers so far. That's a fun, like kind of draft only one. So I would say check out Diesel Pusher for Craft Coast.
Nice.
And then let's see, for Burgeon, what I've been really, really liking. Shoot. Our XBAs and our West Coast Pilsners have been really good. This batch of Chili Bin, which is a beer that we've done in the past, is absolutely insane. So I'll go Chili Bin, collab with McElhenney out of Alpine. Quick backstory on them is the family that started Alpine Beer Company.
Nice.
And then now have McElhenney Brewing Company. They have one location, small distribution. Sean, the brewer there, is good friends with us, and we wanted to do this fun little like New Zealand focused West Coast Pilsner. So it's very, very hoppy, but still a light malt bill. So you're getting all those hops shining through. And it's fun because when you look at New Zealand and like when you're going to take a cooler to the beach, they call like those small little coolers a chili bin. So keep everything chilly.
there you
So
go.
yeah, so that's the chili bin. That's the namesake for that.
Nice.
But yeah, so I would say I think those are good too.
I love
I'm
it.
probably
I love
missing a bunch that I've had that are really, really good. But I mean, yeah.
We have the winners. All
ones.
right.
Yeah.
Leave it at that. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys need anything, hit us up, @Living in San Diego, or go follow us over on the old Instagram @Living in San Diego. Go check out Noah. Go check out Burgeon. Guys, go drink some beers. They're fantastic. So go enjoy, and we'll catch you all next week. Adios.